Okay, I'm gonna teach you about absolute value. Sorry if my markers don't work. The kids used them all. Actually, they left them clicked. Okay, so absolute value. So if you have, okay, first of all, you need to know what y equals, you need to know this graph, what the absolute value of x looks like, because then you're going to use this graph on how to draw the other graphs when you have something other than just the absolute value of x. Okay, so the absolute value of x, it's graphed like this. The origin's 1, 1, and then the slope is just 1, 1, and then negative 1. So it graphs a V. Okay, it graphs a V like this, and if you notice in the origin, the slope, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Okay, same thing with here, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. So this has a slope of negative 1, and this has a slope of positive 1. Okay, so this is what this graph looks like. And you need to know that because you're going to compare everything else to that. So for example, if you have, so I'm going to erase this so this is what we call the parent graph. Okay, so remember what it looks like. So if we have y is equal to x plus 3, and that's in the absolute value, what that means when you're adding within the absolute value, what this means is that it shifts 3 to the left. Yeah, a little confusing since it's addition. You would think it shifts right, but it's actually, you have to think opposite when it's within the absolute value. So it actually shifts 3 to the left. So the graph that I just drew just shifts 3 to the left. Okay, they both lines still have a slope of 1, and then the other line has a slope of negative 1. So if, remember that graph started at the origin 1, 1, and so we shift it 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, and that becomes our vertex. Okay, and then you just do the slope again over slope of 1, and then do this side slope of 1, and then you graph it again. Okay, so you graph it again. So when you add within the absolute value, it shifts left, and then if you subtract within the absolute value, it shifts right. So if you had y equals x minus 1, this one actually shifts right 1. Okay, so again, the original parent graph started at the origin, so we shift to the right 1, and then we do the slope is still 1, negative 1. So over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Here, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. And then you graph it that way. Okay. So what you need to know is when you add or subtract within the absolute value to the x, you're either shifting left or you're shifting right. If you subtract a number, that means you shift right. If you add a number, it means you shift left. So let's just pretend that we want to do like y equals x plus 3. I'm just going to write a few here, and we're going to tell what happens to the graph. So here, when we have y equals x plus 3, this means that it shifts 3 left. So that parent graph shifts 3 left. This means that we shift 10 right, x minus 10. And then this one means that we shift 5 right. And then the last one means that we shift 2 left. Okay, so again, you're taking that parent graph, the parent graph that goes through the origin 0, 0, and shifting it, okay, when you're adding or subtracting within the absolute value. Now, sometimes you see you see a number outside the absolute value and it's being multiplied by the absolute value, kind of like this. So obviously we know what this 1 means. This means we're going to shift 1 to the left because we talked about that. But this 3, this changes the slope. Okay, so this means that the slope is going to be multiplied by 3. So if the slope of the original parent graph is 1 and then the other side's -1, now we're going to have a slope of 3 and -3. So when we graph it, again, my parent graph starts at 0, 0. We had, I'm going to write it up here, y equals 3x plus 1. So we had x plus 1, so we know it's going to shift left 1, so we know our vertex is going to stop right there. But then since we have a 3 here, instead of doing a slope of 1 and -1, we're going to do a slope of 3 and -3. So you go rise over run, so up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1, 1, 2, 3, and it will always go over 1. You do, this is obviously when you multiply it, the rise comes first, so. And then 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1, and then that's your new graph, okay? So if you notice, it kind of stretches it, vertically, okay? When you have a number outside of the absolute value. Okay, let's do another one. So this one, y equals 2x minus 3, we got to figure out where the vertex is first. We know we start at 0, 0, but this right here, when we have subtraction, we know we're moving right 3 times, okay? So x minus 3, it moves to the right 3 times, and that's where our vertex is going to be. And then this 2 says that the slope is increased 2 times, so 2 times 1 is the original slope, 1 and -1. So we multiply both of those by 2. And we have a slope of 2 and -2. So you go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, here up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay? So, and then there we go with our graph. Okay? So that's that. Now, another thing is, when it's outside of the absolute value and you're adding or subtracting to the absolute value, this actually does a vertical shift. It goes up or down. So for example, if I have y equals 3, x plus 5 in absolute value plus 9, so what you do, you know that, first of all, you know this is going to shift 5 left, and you know the slope is going to be multiplied by 3. But when we subtract a number outside of the absolute value, we know that it's going to shift either up or down. This follows the rule. If it's plus 9, we're going to shift up. And if it's subtraction, we'll shift down. So this graph from the parent graph, from the very first graph I taught you that goes through 0, 0, it's got to shift 5 left. The slope's going to be multiplied by 3, and it's going to shift 9 up. So with that one, remember we start here, we got to shift 5 left first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 9 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's going to be our vertex. It's a little high, so I doubt, because we have to multiply the slope by 3. Let me write this down. Oh, that's not right. Sorry. So y equals 3, x plus 5, and then plus 9. So now we got to do the slope of 3. So we go up 3, 1, I'll just mark lines, 3 over 1, up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. I'm sorry, I just made lines. And then that would be our graph. Okay? So let's do another one. Y equals 4 times x minus 3 in absolute value minus 2. So we have this. So remember, this means that we shift right 3. We're going down 2, and then the slope is going to be multiplied by 4. So we start with 0, 0. We shift to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. We move down 2, 1, 2, and that is our vertex. And then we apply the slope. So the slope is 4 times greater, so it would be 4 and negative 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, and then we can draw that. Okay, so there you go, you have that. Now, what if we have a negative on the outside? So what if we have y equals negative absolute value of x? Okay, all this does is flip it, so instead of going up, it flips down. Okay, so this graph, y equals negative absolute value of x, is going to still go through 0, 0, and then it's just going to flip down from the original, from the parent graph. Okay, so it flips down. It still has a slope of 1 and negative 1 because there's nothing outside of that. The negative just means that it flips down. So for example, if you had y equals negative absolute value of x minus 1, this means it's going to flip down, and then but it flips down. The origin is, you still start from 0, 0, but we are going to move down 1, so that would be the vertex right there. And then the slope is just still 1, negative 1, because there's no number outside the parentheses. It's just the negative. It means that it flips down. So 1 over 1, up 1. So you go down 1 over 1. So now we're just flipping down. So this one would be like this, like that. Okay? Next one, we have y equals negative 2, x plus 2 plus 4. Okay, so for this one, this is going to tell me that it's going to flip down because there's a negative. The slope's going to be multiplied by 2. It's going to shift left 2 and up 4. So start here, shift left 2 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be my vertex. And remember, it's going to go down. And the slope is going to be 2, negative 2. So down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and then we have the graph. Okay, so that's how you do that. And then, okay, so I'm going to stop the video here for that one, and I'll send you another one.